Okay, this is GasLaw's Mini Lab Station number 5. I had to get a little improvisation going on here because I have a gas kitchen stove, and if you just had an electric cooktop with kind of a flat surface, this would be super, super simple. So what I'm trying to do is heat some water in this flask, and I don't know, hopefully this will work. So we're going to be a little slow with this process, and hopefully it'll get to go in here pretty quickly. Looks like I'm just, I don't know, smoking up my pan. I don't have an electric hot plate, or we just use the hot plate. But it's starting to work, I think. Okay, and beside it I have a container with some cool water. I didn't make it like ice cold. I just put some water in a container. So as soon as this gets hot, and I think it's starting to get there now, or it's just from my pan being hot, I'm gonna place a balloon over the mouth of the flask. Okay, that seems like that's pretty warm. So I'm going to place the balloon over the mouth of the flask, and then we're just going to observe it. Okay, so balloon is over the mouth of the flask, and I'm just going to sit here and see what happens. Actually, the water in the bottom of the flask is starting to boil a little bit. So this is cast iron skillet. So even though I turned the heat off, it's actually continuing to heat up right now, which isn't what we want. We want the cooling off process. Let me grab a hot mitt. Okay, so I'm carefully gonna put this. Now you cannot do this with any kind of glassware. This chemistry glassware is made to handle heat changes a little bit better. It's a special kind of glass. So this is continuing to get hotter. I can see it kind of boiling in the bottom, and that's, like I said, simply because I have cast iron. It continues to keep the heat really well, unlike some things like aluminum. So I'm going to move this into the water. Again, it's cool water. It is not ice cold. Like I think it says to put it under cool running water. So I'm just going to kind of set it down. I'm a little scared it may break anyway. It shouldn't, but I'm a little scared. Okay, so I'm kind of getting it, just a little bit of it in there. Okay, I got it sitting in there. So we're just going to let that set in that cool water and observe what's happening to the balloon. It's actually still going. So you can see basically the balloon has sucked way down in there, and if we would continue and let this water be even colder yet for longer, it would actually continue and the balloon would almost adhere to the entire inside of the flask.